Okay, today I got something a little different for you. This is a little toolkit I made up. I've been going over to a lady friend's house, I guess you could say. And it's one of my things. I like to be prepared for everything and have things on hand. And from what I know, she doesn't have a lot of tools, not super handy. Not saying she's not capable, not saying that her tools aren't good or anything like that. But I just thought it'd be nice to have my own little toolkit over there, just in case anything needs to be done. So I just grabbed some of my extras of things. If you haven't noticed yet, I do have a thing for tools, so I have a lot of them. So I grabbed just some things and I thought I'd bring over, and I figured I'd show them to you just because it's kind of just an interesting little thing. So first of all, this is just a Excel cantilever toolbox. I actually got two of these. Kind of interesting. This is the first one. And it came a little beat up. Not so much in shipping, but just from production. The drawers weren't sitting right. It's got like this big ding right up in the front corner right here. I don't know if you can really see that. But it took some massaging, it took some work to kind of get the drawers to sit right, and they still don't quite. But they're like, you can kind of see over here versus over here. Like, this is much looser, and it's kind of just out of whack. So anyway. I took a few pictures, wrote them an email, just basically saying, you might want to be careful of these things, your quality control. Didn't ask for anything, didn't want anything, just more to inform them, because like I said, I work in a retail, kind of internet retailer, and we deal with these kind of things all the time. And so when I'm dealing with a product, I like to know when things are going bad and we have issues. So I just was letting them know. And the lady was super nice, apologized profusely, and insisted on sending me another box. So I do have two of these. The other one's downstairs. This is more my main box. This was like the spare. So anyway, like I said, it's for Excel. I said that was really great customer service. I was really happy with them. I said I didn't ask for a box, and I didn't ask for anything extra, and they sent it to me free of charge. So if you're interested in some toolboxes, they're on the lower end. I think they're all made in China, but still, I said they're a great company, and the customer service was great. So anyway, I'll show you what I got in here. Like I said, it's kind of a mishmash, but this is all just extra stuff I had. So up here, it's got a cheap Craftsman, tape measure, 25 foot, couple bucks, ace, nothing big. We got probably my favorite razor knife, just a general one, Stanley. This one's got a used blade on it, but it's what was it, a 10079. I got a bunch of these. I said assembled in USA, whatever, but they're nice. And I always keep a tire pressure gauge in anything I do. Just always handy to have. And then these are some of my favorites. I got, see if I get the logos all straightened out, a set of Pickwick. Just like what do we call multi-bit drivers. So like, baby, mama, papa, I guess. 6-pack plus, -7, and the teeny turner if you want the real names. These are great. The handles are made in Canada. The bits are made in Taiwan. I love these things. I got a bunch of them. I've given a bunch as gifts. I always like to have some around just because you never know when you're going to have like a project may need a few bits, and this is just easier to throw in your pocket versus a handful of screwdrivers. And then over here, I got a 4-piece, this Craftsman hook and pick set. It's just a small one. Again, these are usually on sale for pretty cheap, and these are USA. Then of course, just a cheap pencil, and then I always keep a Sharpie too. Never know when you need to mark something. So the second drawer, just a handful of gloves, Harbor Freight specials. You get them, like the blue ones, I think are like $6 a box with a coupon. I use these all the time. I got tons of them. They're great. And then I got this some Eckline hex keys. A couple basic sets. Again, these are USA made. I got these cheap. I think it was like $1 or something at Menards one time. So again, I always like to keep a couple of them around. Get those back in there. And then for the razor knife, I got these. Two of them. Just some Ace 10 blade dispenser packs. These are older, but they are made in USA as well. I don't know if you can see that on there. I like these ones with the dispenser because in a toolbox, one of the things I've learned is that a lot of times the blades, you get those big multi-packs, the blades will can get loose, and the last thing you want to do is reach into a toolbox and get something that's just kind of loose and flopping around. But these are pretty secure. Like I said, it's there's not much way for the blades to get out. So I like to keep a couple of these in box like this, just so I know that nobody's going to stab themselves reaching in for it. And then I got a bunch of pliers in here, which we'll see in a minute. So I just threw in a pack of these plier cover sets. Again, these are nice to have in case you need to do something a little delicate. So that's that side. This side, as you can see, is just a typical 5-piece blade set, Craftsman. And again, these are the Made in USA ones, which are going away, sadly. Picked these up again, Ace Hardware for a couple bucks pack. And we got the Phillips. I know these aren't like the best screwdrivers in the world, but I like them. They're kind of classic, iconic, and what was it? Like I said, it was like $3 for each 5-piece set, so $6 to get 10 screwdrivers and a decent amount of sizes. And again, this isn't my main set. This is a backup set, so you can still get decent tools for decent money, and not go super cheap. But and then of course the ever important bottle opener. Again, it's USA, because you never know when you need to open a bottle. And then last thing up here is just some 3-in-1 oil. It's just every day. I always like to keep this stuff around. Never know when you need that. The second drawer down on this side, it's wire cutters, strippers. Again, like I said, nothing too fancy, but again, USA made. And in case you ever need to do like a few little basic wiring things, always good to have around. And then a couple of the infamous imported vice grips. Again, this is just a spare kit, so no sense of throwing the good vice grips. So just well, not that these aren't good, but the American ones, because I collect them, so I don't want to risk my my good one or my USA ones for that. And then got a cheap again Craftsman level, and that's just China. It's a couple bucks again. Again, Ace. Figured, picked it up, threw it in. Now in here, like I said, I do have a thing for pliers too, and screwdrivers. I got tons of them. So my main pliers are Knipex. I love them. I have a whole series of them. So these, that's why I kind of maybe went a little overboard, because I got these on clearance. These are all the Craftsman plier sets. 4-piece. So your linesmans, your duckbills, needle nose, dikes or side cutters. And then here, slip joint, channel, or what they call them, arc joint, channel lock style. Another set of needles, smaller set of dikes. So it's a bit much. You could probably get away with just having like 2 or 3. 4 probably is pretty good. But I had them, like I said, I got them on clearance, pretty cheap. Again, these are all USA, the last of the USA pliers. So again, I was like, why not? Like I said, I got all Knipex myself, so these are good, but not quite as good as those. And then I threw this in, Gravik hammer. I got this, I'm sure actually an old video, Epstein's Day unboxing. I got a few Gravik hammers. So this one's good, made in USA. Basically it's a Vaughn, which makes Craftsman. So it's essentially the same. I've only used it a handful of times. You can see that tip. Because I got a ton of hammers too, but it's a nice regular, just good everyday hammer. Got that in there. And then I thought about a socket set, but I kind of like nut drivers, especially for household stuff. So I do got the 14-piece, 2 7-piece sets of Craftsman. Again, USA nut drivers, SAE and metric. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I still do. I still like to use them, especially when assembling things. Like I've used them on, doing like appliances work, assembling bicycles, just whatever. I kind of like the sure grip of that versus a spinner and a socket. I just kind of like that better. And the last, down here, just a couple pony clamps. What are these? The 3201s. Again, both USA. I got a bunch of these somewhere. I can't remember. I bought them again on clearance, right when they went, right before they went overseas. And actually, I guess they're shut down now entirely, so they don't exist. So yeah, so that's basically it. So we got the nut drivers, clamps, hammer, bunch of pliers. Like I said, more pliers than I'll probably ever need. Let's see if I can get this all back in here now. The level, vice grips, wire cutter strippers, razor blades, razor knife, gloves, hex key, screwdrivers, oil, tape measure, hook and picks, multi-bit drivers, and of course the bottle opener. All in this decent little kit. Now, like I said, it's probably going to change a little bit because there's a few other things I kind of want to put in there. I was thinking about, you got like a multimeter kit I was going to throw in there, but I might just get just like a cheap like Harbor Freight multimeter, just, you know, next time I'm there, bring that over. But I figured for most household stuff, this is probably, again, overboard. But it's nice to have over there, and like I said, at least then I know that there's tools there. Like I said, I keep tools in my truck. Like, my truck's ridiculous. I got a little bit of everything in there, again, just in case. I'm like the ultimate Boy Scout. Like I said, always prepared. But yeah, so I thought it's just a nice little kit to store in the basement. And then at least, like I said, I know I got some tools over there in case anything needs to be done. I know where I can get something. And it's going to be, you know, something decent. So anyway, that's it. Just thought it was kind of fun. Thanks again.